So, we're back. Welcome back to Great Scott Marcus here on Ramble Entertainment, where we break out this show with small topics, rambles as we call them, and sometimes we get off topic with them. And then we conclude the week on one big topic, put a lot more thought and conversation into it. So, Mark, we're coming upon the holiday season. I love the holidays between Thanksgiving and we're actually recording this on Halloween weekend, so
yes.
Lots of sweets to do with that, lots of sweets in stores, cookies and pies, apple, pumpkin, nut rolls, like, dude.
Nut roll.
Yeah, we've kind of talked about cookies before on this show. It wasn't an amazing topic on our part, or even Ramble, if that's what it was.
Yeah,
so
it's slightly too specific, I think. But this
is... Talking about straight up cookies. So, like, I was a sweets guy in high school, in college. In college, when I would go to work, sometimes I'd go to the Target next door and pick up a full bag of candy and just stick it in my pocket and just eat it on the floor. And other people would come up to me, and I was basically the candy man.
That's kind of funny.
And
Candy man.
And yet, when I got home and kind of got stuck in this situation of sitting a lot more, I definitely cut back on that. But still, the holidays get me each time,
really?
And I've gained weight each time. So, like, for me, I love sweets. I really do. I do try to moderate them, and have tried to moderate them more, as I've said. But this season, it's tough. I don't know. I don't know if I can do it, and I love them. You know, like I will love having some pumpkin pie, some apple pie, nut roll on Thanksgiving. My brother brings like these gourmet brownies every time.
Nice.
Yeah, like damn. My family is very much about having awesome sweets. My parents have a dessert every night after dinner. That was something I didn't do. Like, I would just have dinner, and I didn't need to worry about having a dessert after it. But because they get, like, these nice desserts every time after dinner.
Like, even when they're going out to dinner, like, they always get the dessert?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's one thing we don't do. I actually have never encountered anyone who is like, that's what we have to do.
It depends, I think, on where you are. There are certain places that almost require you to have the dessert, like Cheesecake Factory.
Yep. Even when we go to Cheesecake Factory, we don't do that.
Well, even, I mean, a lot of times, the menu
home.
there is so big. Yeah, exactly. You'll get it and be like, well, can we get it to boxes to go? And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. I don't know, some like really authentic places, like some of the German places around here, Schmidt's, for example, they're known for their cream puffs. So it's like that's one.
There's a guy named Schmidt in New Girl. He's one of the best characters. You really do need to watch that show. You would.
My list of like shows and movies is just so long at this point.
And we'll get to that in the next ramble. With Schmidt though, like you would form a bond. So yeah, go ahead.
No, like for sweets, I was big on sweets as a kid. I don't remember much in high school being about the sweets. I think it was just kind of a natural digression. Is that a word?
I mean,
like
it's kind of one of those like, even if it's not a word, people say it and people understand.
Yeah,
what it means.
I just started like weaning away from it. And it wasn't even consciously. I think it was because it wasn't like that readily available, and it wasn't like, yeah, sweets. But I think my parents always had like a jar of candy of some sorts, and it was like, I'd have a Jolly Rancher here or there. There would be Cowtails.
What's made it tough here in kind of this suburban area is, unlike the city, there are a lot less options when you kind of get food and bring it home or go out to eat or like just grab fast food. There were a lot more healthier fast options, and I would definitely do that a lot more. So like with having a lot more fast food, that has also definitely made me kind of stay away from the sweets more.
Like the sugars and the fats, like they kind of like had that weird balance, because I think, when I was in college, that's also why I really didn't like buy sweets at all. Granted, I almost would always have like a bag of Oreos or Chips Ahoy's. Like that's just you gotta have it. I feel like if one were to completely cut out, sugars or like sweets like that out of your diet, like if you ever were to have them again, like your body's just not gonna react to it the proper way. So I always have something like that. But on the other end of the spectrum, Halloween weekend right now. Well, next time I go back home, I'm sure my mom's gonna have like a fuck ton of candy that she handed out, and then she's gonna make me take a bag home.
My parents,
quart-sized bag is probably gonna last me months. Like
my parents
months.
just had friends over, and they've done that too. Where I'm just like, can I get a bag of Skittles? And instead they bring home like one of the fucking
gallon-sized bag of Skittles.
It's a bag of like the
everything.
fun size packs, and it's just like, God damn it,
that's so much.
But they actually just had friends over recently, so they pulled out a cheesecake sampler, and their friends had all of like one piece each, so they couldn't even like have an extra half of a piece. So like the cheesecake sampler was left for us to finish off. So it's just like no candy right now.
I actually had some cheesecake last night too, and it was Oreo cheesecake that a friend of mine made.
Love cheesecake.
But again, it's something I don't indulge in too often. Last weekend for my niece's birthday, my sister made cupcakes, and it was funfetti, which is the fucking best kind of cupcake, FYI.
Fun, yeah. There's some people who love sprinkles. I've just kind of found them to be mostly bland, but the funfetti is definitely has more taste to it, probably more sugar, but
it might be. And I always feel like it's more moist too. Probably the sugar. Like I feel like I've never had like a dry funfetti cake, or cupcakes, whatever. But funny to say sprinkles, because if I go get like soft serve ice cream, I always get a twisty cone, chocolate vanilla dipped in fucking sprinkles. Like I'm secretly 12 years old on the inside.
So you're a sprinkles guy, okay?
Yeah.
I think part of it is so like. Here's a great example of like the difference between human taste and how actually vast it can be. So my parents will often go pick up food on weekend nights because my mom cooks throughout the week. And again, for those who might be new to us and judging me, I live in pain, assholes. So stop judging. And I have for the past 4 years, and I'm just starting to come out of it. So anyway, they'll often go out and pick something up, and I asked for some Wendy's nuggets, and the people at Wendy's got it wrong and gave me some spicy nuggets, and
and they want a pay increase.
Yeah. And there was no spice to them whatsoever, not even in the slightest. And my dad ate it, and he like started freaking out. He was like, oh. He started chugging water. And I feel like that's one of those things that so like comparatively I don't taste as much spice as somebody else does. I don't taste sprinkles like someone like you might.
I don't even know if I really taste them that much, to be honest with you. Like they are
you just
bland,
like them?
That they look good.
See, I do know people who like love the taste of sprinkles, and like they just love sprinkles on their sweets.
It's just like concentrated sugar. I mean, I don't know. I get it. Like,
some people's taste buds might perceive sugar differently.
Exactly. It might like that sweetness might be something that their tongue is more
might
sensitive to.
Perceive it more chemically.
Yeah, exactly.
So interesting points, and doesn't help me at all when it comes to this season. So like to conclude this will be my final point. Like I'm trying my damnedest to get it back into Planet Fitness. I go about once a week as of late. I'm trying to get it up to 3 times a week, and it's not for a lack of wanting to go. It's for basically just wanting to get my leg under control. The right leg, while it might react poorly the night of going to Planet Fitness, in like getting on the elliptical, doing exercises, lifting, from there it does great. That is basically an example of increasing blood flow, decreasing the amount of pain one might feel. But the left leg opposite of that. I'll often like get on the elliptical, and that will make it hurt more or make it tense up because it's iliotibial band syndrome, which means basically it's muscle tension, which is why I have muscle relaxers. But yeah, it's
to stay off the sweets.
that used to be how I used to eat like whatever the fuck I wanted because I would just work out as hard as hell. So
I mean,
let's go ahead and
I'm just reminiscing back in my college days where I was like not having much sweets, but I always have like I had a Sam's Club membership, and I always bought like a big fucking box of Snickers. And cause, like when I was in the studio, like 3 a.m., you're like, man, I'm fucking hungry. Like I'm not gonna go out and get some food. Like
you want something sugary to give you that boost,
sugary
to get
and like a little bit of protein.
Hour in.
Yeah, exactly. And I still do that sometimes. If I'm like tired as shit, and I go to buy a gas station, I'm like Red Bull and Snickers, and that'll get me going for about 6 hours.
Nice. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next ramble.
Yes.
Burning through these.